Whether it's a dodgy car salesman or a too good to be true sounding investment, con artists have no qualms about taking advantage of us.
So what body language mistakes make us susceptible to a swindle? And how can we dodge a con artist's devious behaviour? For more, we welcome Australia's leading body language expert, Dr. Louise Mahler, back to the morning show. Hi, Louise.
Hi, Louise.
Good morning.
So break down the psychology of a con artist for us. What are the red flags?
Yeah, well, it's simple, but it's complicated in action. But what makes up a con person are two parts. One is they have the ability to influence, and that's not necessarily bad, but they have bad intention. And this is when we get into the dark triad of psychopaths, narcissists, and Machiavellian tendencies. And they're looking for your vulnerability, seeking it out.
OK. Now, there are clear signs of deception displayed through a scammer's body language and voice, for instance. Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, well, your con person is going to come across larger than life, extreme extrovert, and they're going to dress well because they want to influence. Maybe they're well educated or faking that education. Let me tell you, they're all real. And the major thing is their eyes, they don't blink. Watch out for the blink rate. Psychopaths don't blink. And the other thing that they might do is they might yell wildly.
OK. Now, we're showing pictures of Donald Trump. I'm not sure he's a con man or not, but we get the drift.
We get interesting body language.
Yeah.
When a con man or woman is on the lookout for an easy mark, how do they choose their target? Who is most susceptible to a scam?
Well, you have to be vulnerable in the first place, i.e. two parts to vulnerability, either desperate and greedy for money or greedy for love. And so they're seeking that out, and then they want to see that you're weak in some way. So that weakness might come through posturally. You might walk on your toes, going toe first. You might close your body off, and your eyes might be wild. They're the body things. Vocally, what happens is you might hold your breath or give a little air out or speak too high or do baby voice, do a baby voice. And these things all show weakness, which are clear signs to a con person that you are vulnerable.
OK, so how can we use our voice and body language to avoid becoming a target? I guess we should blink. What else?
Oh, yeah. Well, we should be in control of our eyes, but we need to channel our inner Wonder Woman. So walk strongly, walk heel first, swing your arms with your elbows going back, have, again, the focus of your eyes, and then vocally speak strongly and maybe even ask questions with a downwards inflection. So you go down, which shows strength.
And bring out our inner Wonder Woman.
That's right. Yes.
What else can we do to avoid being taken advantage of, apart from getting our invisible jet out and taking off?
Well, don't we see this? People who get so sucked in don't ask questions, and you need to ask questions. So let's go back to the 5 whys. Why? You will get to the base of any issue, and then you're looking for deception avoidance within that. The other thing is that there's a thing called an echo phenomena. So for instance, if you yawn, other people around you will yawn. It's part of having empathy. It's an ancient form of empathy. Psychopaths, Machiavellian techniques, narcissists don't necessarily yawn as well. And they tell me that's 10 to 101 when you're ready to go home. Yawn and see if they yawn. And then if you find yourself answering questions and giving answers that you think later, I didn't mean to give that answer, then you realise that you're being manipulated. Basically, if it looks like a fish, it smells like a fish, it tastes like a fish, it's a fish. So let me ask you this. Could you spell silk? S-I-L-K. What do cows drink? Most people will say milk, and it's actually water.
Right.
So what does that prove? What?
It proves that's just we're using techniques like word association, and these techniques are being used, or the triple yes technique, getting someone to say yes twice and then you'll say yes the third time. There's a high probability. So techniques to get answers from you that you don't want to give.
Terrific. All right, some great tips in there, as always.
Thanks, Louise.
Lovely to talk to you, Louise.
Did you say milk in your head? I did.
Well, it is milk, isn't it? But I was busy trying not to yawn, so I was stuck.
And
then I was trying to blink, and then I'm like, there's so much information. As always,
milk wasn't the answer.
Yes. What?
Thank you, Louise.
I know. I drink beer.
Water, Larry. It's water. Cows drink water.
Thank you. Thanks, Louise.